So great to have you here. It's still the summer, and that means it's still free as can be. That's right. That's what we're calling this show this summer while I relaunch my life from the Florida panhandle. Been here for a while. Ain't going to be here forever, though. So, thank you for being here. Things are moving right along this summer. Boomer summer continues. Boomer summer continues. That's right. I'm living with the boomers, aka my parents, all summer. Big update. We got a Fox News alert today. Mom is on a gal's trip in Santa Fe, New Mexico. That's right. Got the house to myself. Well, me, my stepdad, and the two cats. Just the boys. It's a boys' week here in the Panhandle. I thought at this point in the year I would be in Sweden talking to models. Instead, I am talking to cats. That's most of who I talk to this week. They are blonde, yellow, you know. So, the boomer update. Mom sharding hard in Santa Fe. God, I hope they stocked up on Chardonnay before these girls made their way to that town. This is the event the wine industry has been waiting for. This group going to Santa Fe for the week. This is the bonanza. It's going to save the wine industry. If you were planning to go to Santa Fe this weekend and shard hard, you better go shard somewhere else because it's going to be shard out by tomorrow, by Saturday for sure. I prevented my mom from potentially committing a felony. She was going to bring her THC gummies. Now, these are perfectly legal here in Florida. They're medicinal. Got the weed card. Recreational THC legal in New Mexico. But I think the process of bringing that from here to there, technically illegal. Also, her layover was in Houston. And when she told me that, I said, we ain't bringing these. You can buy them when you get to Santa Fe. We're not bringing these through Texas. Texas is like the Saudi Arabia of America. You do not want to be caught muling drugs through there. Now, something tells me I don't even know how these laws are applied because a 75-year-old lady bringing these to sleep, if she got caught, something tells me she's not going to jail. If I was caught bringing a bag of gummies through IAH Houston Airport, I got a feeling I would be going to jail. It's just not fair. That's why these laws are ridiculous. You know, why is this a thing? Why is this happening in the world? Why is it illegal some places, illegal other places? With you know, there's so much broad interpretation there. I don't get it. I think it's stupid. Like, can we? It's funny that boomers made these laws, and now boomers are breaking these laws. Why are these laws still a thing? I don't know. You tell me. So, hero preventing that legal disaster from happening. Um, I don't even care. I don't even care about like marijuana and all that stuff. I don't even care about weed. Who even says marijuana anymore? Nobody. I don't care about it. I don't take it. I don't like it. You can keep it illegal for all I care. Just legalize the fun drugs, the other ones. I think everything would be a lot better. We could have a good time. Everybody's looking to have a good time. I made a big mistake last night. I had a little whiskey, little Wednesday sitting in front of the TV. I decided to have one glass of whiskey, two fingers, of course. I'm a gentleman. And so I had two glasses. I had one glass, two fingers of whiskey. And I knew when I drank it, I'm like, I'm going to pay the price for this tomorrow. And I have paid the price for this today. One glass. Too close to bedtime. Whatever those fun drugs are, I need them now because today has been a struggle. Why? Honest question. Why can't like I just have a drink and feel okay? Is it my age? I don't think so, but it is a struggle. What do you do when drinking is just too costly? You got to have something, right? There's got to be something. Got to have like some uppers, nicotine, not really fun, a little bit of blow. I don't even think that's the answer. That's not even fun. What's fun? Look, drinking is fun. It's just the consequences of drinking are not fun. So, what's fun about I mean, what is equally fun without the negative consequences of drinking? I don't know. I truly don't. Somebody tell me, is it meth? Like not a lot of meth, but like just a little bit, just a couple of grains, a little sprinkle, a dollop. It's not mushrooms. Mushrooms weird me out. So don't tell me it's mushrooms. Uh I wish I could take mushrooms and be social and go to bars. Like I need something where I can go to bars and like have fun but not be drinking. What is that? It's ketamine, isn't it? It's ketamine. It's probably ketamine. I don't have that. I don't even know how to get that. Okay. I can get a you can get a prescription for that, I think. All right. Okay. Maybe that's the answer. I don't know. But I am on the struggle bus today. Somebody I don't know, invent that, please. I'm joking, but not really. But am I? I don't know. So that's your boomer update right there. Is it cigarettes? Probably bad idea. Tussin? NyQuil? I don't know. CO2 cartridges from a BB gun? Maybe. Okay. Moving on. Moving on from that. All right. Big news. Big news. We got another Fox News alert here. Starbase, Louisiana announced this week. If you haven't heard, Elon Musk and SpaceX announced that they will be building an entirely new fourth starbase. They got one in California, they got the main one in Texas, then they do some launches in Florida. This is going to be the biggest. In fact, this is going to be the biggest star launch base facility in the world, and it's going to be in Louisiana. Starbase Louisiana are two words I never thought I'd hear together ever in my life. Cajun country is going to be the gateway to the stars. God help the universe. If you've got to get anywhere, you got to go through Cape Cooness. That's what we're calling it. I can say that because that's my ethnicity. You can't say that. That's right. That's right. We got an article here. I'll just give you a quick read through. This is from Fox 8 New Orleans. Yes, Elon Musk announced on Tuesday its plan to build a $100 billion spacecraft launch facility on marshland of Pecan Island in Vermilion Parish. Fun facts: Pecan Island, no pecans and not an island. Yes, it's an economic winner for the state. Blah blah blah. Governor talk. Don't care. With today's announcement, we are building a future for Louisiana that knows no boundaries. Well, future for Louisiana is a strong statement. Construction expected to begin next year and first launch set to be in 2029. Big stuff, big stuff. Well, nobody cares about the economic impact. And no one cares. Don't give me in these articles when I have to read about, oh, there are concerns about the environmental stuff. It's just nonsense. That's in every article. I don't want to hear about that. I don't want to hear about the economic impact. I don't want to hear about the jobs. I don't want to hear about the environmental people pushing back. Those are just constant themes in every news story ever. Want to know when we're going to space. And it sounds like out of Louisiana in 2 years. Okay. Vermilion Parish will become the company's fourth and largest launch site. Thank God old Woody Harrelson and McConaughey caught the Yellow King because he was probably living on Pecan Island. Playing a key role in ramping up star missions at full build out, the site is expected to include uh I see 5 launch complexes. I read it was like as many as 15. So it's gonna be a lot. They're gonna be shooting a lot of rockets. Okay. Blah, blah, blah. All right. Big spaceport. Real exciting. Here is I will show you a picture of what we have in store here. This is it. Now, SpaceX is like the biggest company in the world, right? And this picture looks like something a 10th grade design student would have made in 1998. Where how is this the rendering, the official rendering of what this is going to look like? This is ridiculous. So I, having $0, made a much more accurate and realistic rendering of what this is actually going to look like so you can see what we've got, okay? Here you go. This is Starbase Louisiana right here. This is literally it, okay? This is how it's going to look. It's going to look like an LSU tailgate at Jazz Fest during Mardi Gras with constant lightning and thunder. How can they launch in lightning storms? Because it storms there every day for like half the year. And then they got hurricanes. We got a porta potty, of course. LSU flex. This is my favorite part about this. That Chat GPT, when I told it to make a girl or make a person holding a hand grenade, it's just a generic a generic cup that says hand grenade on it. That's right. This is what it's gonna look like though. 100%. It might not even be this nice. So you're welcome, SpaceX. I will sell this picture to you for $10 million. Or just hire me to do your renderings from now on. Okay. But this is insane. Uh the fact that Louisiana is going to be most likely the first place you go to, it's going to be your connecting like airport to the galaxy. It's going to be the ATL. It's going to be the Atlanta airport of, I don't know, the freaking universe, which is wild. And it's perfect because, like Atlanta, this part of Louisiana, nobody actually wants to be there. You just spend 47 minutes there on your way to Mars. I guarantee you they're going to have 15 launch pads. And when I go to space in 10 or 15 years, somehow mine is going to be always, it's going to be the one at the very end. Always. Then I get stuck on the tarmac because of thunderstorms. There's going to be a Cajun guy there behind a desk being like, you better run, boy. I don't know. I don't know how they're launching 30 times a day with all these storms in Louisiana. But look, I will take it. Louisiana, officially part of the future now. We were going to have humanity is going to have too much invested to let it just slide into the Gulf of Mexico, which is great. I'm not so fired up about like South Louisiana being the first place. Like if aliens came to greet us, they would come here because this is where we're going to and from space. And the first thing they see is South Louisiana. Not a good look. It's just not. It's not a good look. Congratulations to Louisiana. This is a big win for the boys and gals from the state. Big win for the Cajun Navy. Big win for Saints fans. I don't know how Louisiana got this. I think it's literally the only state in the country that has miles and miles of coastline that nobody wants. No one wanted it. Here, Elon, you take it, do what you want with it. If you can prevent this from sinking into the ocean, it's yours. That's how he got it. But that's awesome. That's great. Score one for the home team. All right. Let's shift gears a little bit here. Talked about the big news story. Now let's talk about lifestyle design. One of the big themes on this show, obviously. How to create like an unconventional but lifestyle, but it's only unconventional because it's what you want. It's just not the norm, right? So summer's ending here. I'm starting to look ahead to the rest of the year. What do? Boomer summer can't last forever. It's sad. I know. Ugh, breaks my heart. But what's the next step? Well, once you go semi nomadic, there's a momentum there. And you don't like, there's a resistance to wanting to settle down and have a home base again and deal with the house and deal with moving in and all that stuff. So I'm kind of riding that momentum right now. And what I think I want to do is actually use the flexibility I have instead of fighting it. So here's how I figure it. Maybe this will help you brainstorm your own nomadic or semi nomadic lifestyle that actually works for you and makes you better off than renting an apartment or having one place, a base to call home. So uh, I think about it this way. My house that I rented in Austin was $2,400 a month. That was the rent. That is not the utilities on top of it. Okay. What can I do for $2,400 a month that would enable me to move around the world more? Okay. Here's what I want to do. I've got friends all over the country, all over the Southeast, and I don't get to spend enough time with them when I am just in Austin. So what I'm thinking is you take that money and just use it for like for housing on like a temporary basis here and there. You know, I get this free option right now, staying with the parents and the cats here in the Panhandle. So I have that going for me. So because I had that, I could do one of three things. I could go stay in Austin, Airbnb a place for a month, or I could go stay there or somewhere else, Airbnb a place, maybe a week here and a week there, and then come back here whenever I need to. And that's exactly what I think I'm going to do. Because for $2,400 a month, that is like $29,000 a year plus utilities. That's like $33,000 a year. That's a lot of money that you could spend on hotel rooms, Airbnbs, however you want. So I was thinking, once I get going again, once I get, solid, what do I do? For a couple months, I don't think I really want to have a base. I kind of want to travel. I want to go to Europe. I want to go to some other places. I want to be international for a little bit. But, you know, I got to come back and have somewhere. So maybe I make this my spot in the panhandle, the base, and then I just kind of rotate around, visit friends, go to Austin for a week or 2 weeks, New Orleans for a week or 2 weeks or whatever. Here's the trick. If you're going to Airbnb, if you're going to like couch surf on Airbnb, I need my own place. So, but strangely enough, like for 2000, $2,400 a month, you can get your own place in Austin or New Orleans on Airbnb. But do you really want a month? This is where the economics of Airbnb fall apart. Like, you can get a place for 2000, 2400 for a month, but for 2 weeks, it's like still $2,000. For 1 week, it's like $1,000 bucks. So, do I really need to stay somewhere for 2 weeks? No. I think a week, a month is enough in any city. If you're gonna be a gypsy, a week, a month is enough, you know? You go in, you do some petty theft, thievery, you get out of there, come back when the heat cools off a month later. No. But that's it. I think a month there. I do a month in Austin, a month in New Orleans, or a week in Austin, a week in New Orleans. I'm only spending 2 grand. That's less than I was spending before. No utilities. And coming back to Pensacola for a couple weeks. Go to Europe for a while. But at what point does it make more sense to like spend $1,200 for rent? I like I saw you get like a 1 bedroom apartment. Have that as a base. And then you still have the other like 1,200 a month to play with. What do you do? I don't know. Things to think about. But my point is like having budget constraints and being semi-nomadic like actually enables me to live the life that I wanted sooner than later. Because ultimately what I want is I just want like place, a good base, be able to travel around. Well, that's that's going to require some good solid income, but as you're building that, you actually don't need the base. It actually enables you, the fact that you have some constraints actually enables you to have that mobility sooner. Kind of works great. The only thing I'm worried about there is the car situation. Now, I have a luxury vehicle. I'm sorry to say, I don't like to brag. Mazda CX-5 SUV 2018, quite possibly the finest car ever built. It's a precision piece of precision engineering, thing of beauty, amazing. But getting old, I'd really like a Tesla, but I don't want that car payment. So look, if you work for Tesla, loan me a Tesla for 3 months. I will document the journey. I'll drive it around the country, show how great Autopilot is. I don't really want to think when I'm driving. Give me that Autopilot. I'll even drive it down to Starbase, Louisiana. We'll go down to Pecan Island, launch that thing into the Gulf of Mexico, simulate a splashdown at the end of the journey. That sounds like a great idea. I don't know. I think that's terrific. So we'll wrap up here in a second. This episode brought to you by Tesla and SpaceX. We're just planning ahead here. I don't know. Pecan Island, that's interesting. Would you live and work in the middle of nowhere, an hour from the nearest city, which is Lafayette? I don't know. I think that'd be kind of cool. Do you think Louisiana will squander this opportunity? If it were New Orleans, I'd say yes. You're going to come to work in the morning, open the gates, the spaceships have all been broken into overnight. Now, in Cajun country, it might be okay. I don't know. I hope that gives you something to think about. I hope you feel a little more inspired, a little more and able to live your own nomadic lifestyle? What is that for you? Leave me a comment. Let me know. Until then, I have been your host, Brandon Beard. Thank you for being here for another episode of the Brandon Beard Show, and we will see you next week.